It is currently 12:37 p.m. This is a group stalker that's anticipating the use of my communication device, and they're group stalking with LAPD. This is relevant positioning and demonic pacing using the vehicle as lights, 9FYS 515. What I want you to pay attention to is the time. It's 12:37. You're going to remember, while the Los Angeles Police Department is hovering over my office in helicopter, right above my head, right here over this building, you saw the light source. And this is exactly where the light source remains. This is the same demonic pacing the entity is monitoring and also wants to be a distraction while I'm exposing them. That's UPS. You already know that they're group stalkers, heavily documented in the Inland Empire. All right, they're in the same environment. This is the light source right here, which would never be over my head at apartment 51 in Ontario, California, where the entity kept the light source from rising until set, just like it does here, because you know that every other day, this is exactly where the light source is, right here over building 1810 until after 3:30 p.m., as a matter of fact. All right, the entity is engaging in a pattern of keeping it here from 8 o'clock until after 3:30 p.m. and then it's setting in alignment to me, aiming light on the same exact location until after 5 p.m. And this is where the light source is right now. You're witnessing the demonic, while the demon possessed that are engaged in a criminal system are literally watching what I'm reviewing on my communication device and then hiding the light source. But again, this is unpersuasive. These are demons who are psychotic and also unintelligent, never anticipating what has already been established. But I am showing you how the demonic think and how they operate. They do not exercise any forethought. They are not all-knowing, okay? All they are a group of bullies. They're not intelligent. Having a bunch of minions does not equal superiority or intelligence whatsoever. The light source is here, and you already know that, and this is speaking to what is an ongoing confirmation of the malice that of the system that's underway. And you know this because moments ago, and the ongoing pattern, I've started documenting the LAPD since they wanted to start tormenting and terrorizing and group stalking in my face via helicopter since February of 2024, February 12th, I believe. And I've been capturing videos and images since then. And every single day, the entity is engaging in the maintenance of a light source. And it's no different right now. You remember the impossible light activity that appears on the sidewalk out of nowhere. The entity was glaring in all of its brilliance, right? The light source, which was right here, while I was telling you day in and day out that that's not the sun. Now, when I'm bringing to your remembrance Woodside Senior Apartments, which is only one venue, it's only one. There is a whole body of evidence that the Los Angeles Police Department, that the state of California can in no way ever even address or approach. They can't. And so you're seeing psychopaths who are going to federal prison stalking me in helicopters while you're looking at the light source hovering over that building. I want to be clear that previous video and this video are both direct evidence as to the malice that's underway. Amplified plane activity while this group stalker bearing a company name is monitoring. That's license plate 45135J3. That's P.O.C. under the malice of utilizing the company name, engaging in the system's pattern of conduct. UPS is a heavily documented group stalker. They're monitoring American citizens. They're demons driving those vehicles. It is 12:40 p.m. And in addition, what also logically follows that the sun is not only impossibly present over apartment number 51 in Ontario. That was a pattern of conduct that I was capturing on July 3rd, 2020. That was a pattern of conduct that I was capturing at 9:34, where the Ontario Police Department were group stalking under that light source that remained there. That was a pattern of conduct as I was documenting day in and day out, even after July 3rd, and on an ongoing basis, where the sun would never be present anywhere over Alvarado Gardens, certainly not seen outside of my office window, outside of my bedroom window, aiming any light whatsoever inside of my apartment or in my bedroom, let alone be present over here. And you already know that. So what you are going to do with regard to the malice of the people of the state, the malice of the state that is monitoring, you're going to reference the previous documentation, the evidence of the psychopath that is a group stalker. The sun would never be present over Woodside Senior Apartments and in Zenith over my head, just like it is here at 1800 North Alvarado Street. This is the pattern of conduct. This is not the same position as being at 408 West G Street in Ontario, California, but you have that same maintenance of the light source, which is incongruent with nature, common sense, and science. It's an impossibility. And not only that, when you're comparing the venues, because that's just one example, you are remembering that the entity, it's not just here, it remains here. 3 hours later, it's still here. After 5 p.m., it's right here. It doesn't go anywhere. It rises and sets in alignment to me, and that's exactly what was going on at third-party group stalker Tracy Banks' apartment. Woodside Senior Apartments is a facilitating venue where the people of the state are group stalking in relevant position, just like they are at Alvarado Gardens. Amplified plane activity, presence in the path, light activity while this demon walks around with the dog. Pay attention, that's exactly what UPS was doing. This is P.O.C. P.O.C. 7XVZ997, the demon possessed in the specific environment. All right, you are speaking to what's federal prison for the people of the state. It is speaking to removal of children from the dangerous psychopaths that are violent sex offenders, tormenting and terrorizing one person altogether in what is an entirely demented environment. Totally out of the norm with regard to incapable of being reconciled with the natural environment. You're going to look at the video that was captured 12:38 p.m. At Woodside Senior Apartments at 408 West G Street in Ontario, and you're going to look at this video. You're going to look at what I documented before now. I'm only making the specific point right now. You've been seeing it since I've been capturing video of February 2024. The entity is I'm just going to be clear, they're idiotic. Okay, and they don't think about it until I literally reference it or write it down, because they're monitoring. They're psychopaths that are not in any way formidable or intelligent whatsoever, because this point has already been proven. This is P.O.C. This is impossible light activity. All right, the demonic just want to touch surfaces with sun, and this has nothing to do with the light source that you see remaining at this property. All right. In the same way, I just want to give you one more example. When I was inside of my apartment and you saw the impossible light that was all over the top of the building, and I reminded you, these buildings are the same height. Okay. First of all. Second of all, the entity is aiming light at a downward trajectory like laser light inside of my apartment, but yet it's reaching over and escaping down the side of the building that I'm looking at outside of my building. Understand the demonic objective is to touch surfaces with light. That's why the demon possessed drive their cars or their company vehicles, and you see engineered light all over the asphalt. You see engineered light all over the gate, just like that demon that was driving that company vehicle that comes and picks up these residents driving out. And I pointed out that video to you. An impossible light, that's the mark of demon possession, by the way. It has nothing to do with the light source. Sunlight doesn't do that. It has nothing to do with the maintenance of the light source. All right, this source is separate from the engineered light that's all around. The light that you saw at the top of that building has nothing to do with this light source that remains over the property. All right, it's in an implausible form. You have what form for what's supposed to be the natural environment. All right, this is Vega 9AXL380. They're going to federal prison anyway. They were group stalking with LAPD last week. Impossible light activity while they are moving around. This is a demon that's pacing, so you're understanding the substance of what they are actually doing. She literally just moves her car and reverses it under the guise, oh, I need to put something in my car. This is a demon. They're in the specific environment, and it's P.O.C. But they're going to federal prison because they were monitoring with LAPD last week. It is currently, by the way, 12:45 p.m. This is P.O.C. I want you to pay attention to what has nothing to do with sunlight. That's engineered light. That's the objective of the demon possessed. This coexists with their crossing of path conduct all over the buildings when it's lit up like a Christmas tree in the shade, okay? Like reflecting off of that's engineered light. All right? And this is that which would never be over Building 51 in Ontario, California, not only at 12:38 p.m., but for the duration of the day. This is P.O.C.